kuna ngurugio lomon ete kuna site Sidai TV kajina no Meshack Kilesi eli mulo mole njori dengiro shinjere shomote mole olari kuni lorkia male ODM Raila Odinga ibalinye Martha Karua anani nyanati enye ola kesha ni lorori kele rais lorori lorkia male Azimio de lari longa suniare wotikita mare ibalinye lomon njere shomona ke Raila Odinga ibalunyete mole ene shomosi alaisis enariko ni nake Martha Karua tengara gemba kumognata saware Martha Karua na nabo siasa nim wedemi atake yolo dolosho le Kenya yolo yajara embunge ye gishugu dolari norati kitam limosilo moni njere wore Martha Karua ne rae minister ya shua irashiki na ngamba serikali terishira ora lari noraile narishata erikorenye na kinasho modo ko yatarishata walarin tikita marasi tarishata orais olemeshu mwai Kibaki na rasisi tarishata orais apa liopa Eurodina kana Daniel Torotich Arap Moi elimusilo moni njere keti na bom onga kilini apa nasho mo wanguro esepata walarin konlorkia male ODM Raila Odinga tengata bana shomo jai kenon nyatola shata wala baitino orais yede limulo moni njere wore Martha Karua na keti na bo onga kilini ashua magistrate na dolungan ora na enkiru kutoka tukulte siya yamba yasepata ya tungani tolosho le Kenya na bonto monoka na todwa kisiya grangoro yasepata wonto monoka tolosho le Kenya orete ngole ende todwa kana genche pai sabo to murwa na pa cha tolosho le Kenya na reshana na ke pelu som mba na ke na iperta Martha Karua ashwengelu no renye na regelua olariko ni lorikyo male ODM Raila Odinga elimusilo moni nchere todwa genche pai sabo tolimurwa ormarile nyele Martha Karua ajo jere egara usiligi ajore engera yenyere nesho momera kesho morkio mali Azimio arume mirisho na kelo aitokia asba kitua kasaki olosho le Kenya
moja bana. Haya sawa. Haya ndio huyu rais, naibu wa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya ndio huyu anaongea na sisi. Waachana na wale jana wabandia ile wezi.
Wakenya oye! Wakenya oye! The Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the incoming and fifth President of the Republic of Kenya, panel of eminent Kenyans, Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Council, Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, coalition partners na washirika wote, members of the fourth estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The selection of a running mate and a deputy president designate is one of the most important decisions a presidential candidate has to make. Hello? Hello? I have just said that the selection of a running mate and a deputy president designate is one of the most important decisions a presidential candidate has to make. For this reason, allow me to start by thanking the Azimio Council and the running mate selection panel for a thorough, respectful, and transparent process in the selection of a running mate to the coalition's flag bearer. By this act, the council and the panel have set standards for future presidential campaigns. I also wish to congratulate the other candidates, those with whom we walked the path of this possibility and who interviewed for the position together with me. I am indebted to each one of you as worthy competitors. I look forward to joining forces with you to drive the campaign forward with the same energy and zeal. People of Kenya, family and friends, I'm deeply honored by the decision to nominate me as the deputy presidential candidate for Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party. I stand before you fully aware of the implications and symbolism of this moment. And although I have the singular privilege to stand before you this morning, this nomination is truly a collective honor that cannot be left for me alone to savor. It is a personal journey, but also a national journey. It is a culmination of a journey walked with many. It is a journey for and with the people of Kenya, for and with the women and men of Kenya, for the girls and the boys of this great republic. It is a story of those who have had the courage to try, have failed sometimes, and have continued even against odds. It is a journey of diligence and persistence, for it matters less how many times we fall. What matters, what truly matters, is the strength and determination with which we rise up again, dust ourselves and continue the journey and the mission. Today is one more reason to never give up. And for this, I'm also grateful to the many faceless team of dreamers who have walked with us through and through. You know yourselves. Thank you for never letting me to rest. 3 decades ago, at the height of the clamor of a democratic state, we began the journey to liberate this country from the yokes of underdevelopment, negative ethnicity, endemic corruption, and poor governance. 10 years later, we had not succeeded, but learning from past mistakes, in 2002, we came together to remarkable success. For decades in the trenches with my brother, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, and many other patriots, we found ourselves on the right side of history, grasping the hope of an entire nation under the umbrella of the National Rainbow Coalition, under the stewardship of the late President Mwai Kibaki. NARC gave the people of Kenya a real hope for meaningful socio-economic and political transformation. 2002 was a powerful moment of dreams about possibilities and dreams of what can be when a people and their leaders are united in purpose, in servanthood. Today, we find ourselves at a similar moment. We find we are responding to a higher calling, albeit in different environment to that of 2002. What happens to our dreams when they are deferred? But a desire to fulfill the tree of life. In certain moments, it has seemed as though we as a nation have deferred some parts of our national dreams and values. But we have also seen some seeds sprout in the economy and infrastructural development. Although the foundation has been made, much more needs to be done, especially in the area of social and economic rights. Together, we can finally midwife the realization of so many dreams deferred. This is the Azimio la Umoja dream. To the Constitution, together we can strengthen the foundations for a demonstrable, definitive, and final battle against the 3 enemies His Excellency Raila Odinga has been talking about: endemic poverty, disease, preventable deaths, as well as ignorance. We also need to fight the indignity of corruption. I believe in my heart of hearts that if we can erode the power of corruption in our midst, we can finally cross the Rubicon to the promised land. Today, I recommit myself to fully support His Excellency Honorable Raila Odinga in his internal pursuit of social justice and dignity for all. We have history to judge us. When we were fighting for democracy, our primary competitors in this election were enjoying the status quo. When we pushed for a constitution to cement equity and non-discrimination, as well as integrity in public leadership, they said no. They wanted the old order to prevail. Here we have pushed for increased national stature. Through international diplomacy, they have created fissures. The differences between those who are our competition cannot be more clearer. We have a commitment in Azimio to shared national prosperity. Baba has allocated me duties in advance. I want to confirm that I am ready, able, and willing for those duties. That I will not let you down. I will be steadfast. I will be diligent in pursuit of our shared dreams and ideals. I want to say that within the rule of law, any desires to look at our constitution will be pursued, but within the rule of law. That is the mandate that His Excellency has bestowed on me. I want to say that this is a moment for the women of Kenya. It is a moment that my late grandmother, one of the most instrumental women in my life, would have been proud of, but she would not have been surprised because generations of women have fought for space in the decision-making table. From the biblical Esther, to Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima, to Mekatilili wa Menza, Morangiti, Priscilla Abwao, Grace Onyango, Chelagat Mutai, and our very Nobel laureate Professor Wangari Maathai, to mention but a few. Women have been instrumental in pursuing change. This is our moment as women of Kenya and as men of Kenya, because they are our brothers, our fathers, and our companions. This is the moment to usher more of us to the front lines at the national and county levels. And I want to tell you something about Baba. In 1995, after the Beijing Women's Conference, 3 women brought motions in Parliament to advance the rights of women. One of them was the Honorable Charity Kaluki Ngilu. The other one was Senator Beth Mogo. Yours truly also had some initiatives, but there was one man, only one man, who brought a motion to call for the establishment of the Gender Commission. That man was Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I want you to know, and for this, we salute him. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hello. For this, we salute him, and I want to tell the people of Kenya, his commitment to having women sit with our men on the decision-making table truly comes from his heart and is not superficial. That is the person, our esteemed candidate, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, is. We have a lot of work to do. We know the country. We know what our country needs, and we know what it takes to take us there. Azimio is a quest for equitable economic growth, strong devolved units, improved access to affordable quality education, and the many things that are in the Azimio manifesto. Like in the days of old, I remember that moment 20 years ago when His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga said, when he said Kebake Tosha, I am proud today, together and in a time such as this, to say Raila Amolo Odinga Tosha. So we are asking you, Asante, hello. tunawasikia. We hear you. Asanteni. Asanteni. So we agree with you that only Azimio, under the leadership of His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, can take Kenyans to a better place, to a prosperous Kenya. We urge you to please come and walk with us. Ladies and gentlemen, wananchi wapendwa, friends and family, with these few remarks, with utmost humility, I stand before you today to say that I, Martha Wangari Karua, do hereby proudly accept this nomination as Deputy Presidential Candidate. That I am ready to walk as your deputy and to support you in our shared ideals. Asanteni sana, inawezekana. Azimio, Azimio,
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you.
Haya, Azimio oye! Azimio oye! Sasa kampeni yetu
Uraketi na kata nake kipukuta lelo waiperta Martha Karua ni kiponu nake mono iperta walariko ni lorikio male waipa Kalonzo Musyoka elimulo moni njere shomoso ni Kalonzo Musyoka ipangro rikio mali Azimio warikito lariko lorikio mali ODM Raila Odinga ni la jokela ngosunyo lorika le rais dorikio ma le waipa warikito ni shomona ke Kalonzo ayana ruara tengole tangara kiana shomo lariko lorikio mali ODM Raila Odinga aya mitiki ni nyeri shirana la kunyolo Lorai selimulo moni jerem shamora alariko ni lorikio male waipa Kalonzo Musyoka ala galuna ke walrungani yoroti naka na Andrew Sunguli la yoroti na hapa na bila deni we ngorwa lorika le senator county Narok dolari longalo sunere woto mono kuni yolo seninya nor biashara kitok ta county Nairobi metani nya running mate lenye.
If Oka had not been messed up under this legal situation, I would have convinced my brother Gideon to be my running mate. I can tell you that. I still may have to. I said, the way forward is open, very open. And I'm going to lead in bringing this country together. Some people have very mistakenly argued, oh, now this is taking us back to 2007. If you are that type of a Kenyan, allow me to say, shame on you. With a lot of respect. And you want this country to go back to post-election violence of 2007? Why don't you, even if you want to be tempted to think that way, why don't you give me credit that I actually brought order to the country and stop the killing? And stop the killing. And ask yourself whether there was any killing at the strongholds of ODM Kenya as we then were before it became Wiper Democratic Movement. We saved literally this country. I'm quite sure we will not go that way again because you'll be winning this time. This time we're winning. This party has grown in leaps and bounds. As I speak to you, we have a candidature of about 106 members of parliament from across the country, from Moyale to Lungalunga, and from Dadaab to Kishi. This is a national movement. If, as I speak to you, we are the third largest political party during the 12th, my prayer and hope is that we are going to be either number 1 or number 2. We'll compete with our friends in Kano and others. So, what I've the decision I'm about to take are to take into account the future of these candidates. 22 senatorial candidates, 11 governors, over nearly 400 MCAs. If I just wound up and said, kwaheri ya konana, I devalue the ticket that you have been given. And worse still, by devaluing the same, others will take advantage and move into the party's strongholds and make you look funny. I'm there to make sure you remain solid and dignified. I think that was some very brief remarks so that Kenyans know. That's why I say relax. There's no hostility here. This is brotherly contest and others. But as we move on, we'll keep reviewing our position. But if I live in this country, if people are saying strength of Mount Kenya region, Lower Eastern, I don't know which other part, they are going to be shocked. I am from the mountain on the eastern side. Actually, neighbor to Professor Kithure Kindiki, whom I've mentored, a wonderful young Kenyan, Professor Kindiki. I actually appointed him secretary to Ministry of Constitutional Affairs, where our founding Secretary General, the late Mutula Kilonzo Jr. Mutula and Kindiki worked very closely together. And so, he did his best. I wish him well. Unite this country is our business. We're going to unite. So, if the other side, Kwanza or something, had given it to Professor Kithure, they would have given it to me, because we're just divided by River Tana. And so when I say I'm from the eastern side of the mountain, they'll be shocked if I beat them completely in the mountain. Some of them said, I said I'm a Kikuyu, I'm going to say I'm Luo or something. But the truth of the matter is understand every Kikuyu word you speak. And it is not because I landed, but because it is the way it is. You pick it. The same kind of conversation. So I do not bore you. Allow me then to now give you my nomination as my running mate during the August 2022, August 9 election. I am pleased to introduce my brother Andrew Letepa Sunkuli. But who is Andrew Letepa Sunkuli? You may wish to ask me. You congratulate him later. I'm not through with him. I'm not through with him yet. Andrew is a 59-year-old native of Narok County with a zest for life and community service. His life and career is underpinned by desire to transform the lives of ordinary people. As a grassroots community leader, he has a conviction that through education and empowerment, any individual household can rise to their full potential regardless of where they start their lives from. And please accept that he's a member of the Mark community, one community that have been marginalized from the colonial times up to now. The business center, because this is their land. What is academic history reads as follows. From May 1985 to May 1988, now I actually read in the first person singular. I undertook my undergraduate studies at Kenyatta University in Nairobi, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in education with majors in took me on a journey through psychology, statistics, history of education, a broad variety of literary genius and regional literatures, the history, structure and usage of the English language, as well as the practical skills of teaching and classroom delivery. He's an accomplished teacher. Give him a clap for it. In February 1982, November to November 83, Kenya for my advanced level high school education, where I majored in English, Divinity, and Kiswahili, which is a language spoken by 200 million people in Eastern Africa. And I graduated with top scores. I wish it was me, but it's in the first person singular. January 78 to November 81.
Takuliko manage woishoretaye nkiroshi nelimu lomoni njere tekuna sanenga kenyesho morais lolo shole Somalia yorotiana Mohamed Baharu yilona ke atum Muhammad Bahari yala atume mirishoi tengelare na shomoge awo shote lo shomolo rais atumage mirishoi munage ngelare honi lo ne ngre lo sho ay ma nyamali tengara kira sakino tormais rone suraki lol turuli al shababa lo rais na ke warais shomo atume rekore yana pangasi yapo wengere kore lo sho itero dolari lo kal sunyare wotu ipina udo wonto moni na udo ongwan na ine kintabaki lomon le Sidai TV tanasa kitu mona ke tonkulie sana itogna ga itujur lomon na gra ponari apo ndoko ya tolosho le Kenya tiatu ngishure ne bosa usuna lolonga te Sidai TV eka jina Meshack